Welcome to our presentation on PropEd2, the teaching profession. This course highlights the vital role of teachers in shaping education and society. Now, meet our team. We are Trivis. I am Elsie Ann Nubanhag together with Mary Joyce T. Bartolome and Lorian Jane Bautista. Now, welcome again to today's discussion on Magna Carta for public school teachers. In this video, we will explore how this important law protects the rights and welfare of teachers, ensuring they receive fair compensation, better working conditions, and opportunities for growth. So, now, without further ado, let's get started.
Now let's have our quiz. It is a multiple choice. Select the letter of the best answer. You have 1 minute to answer each question. Good luck! Now let's check. Here are the key to correction. Number 1, C. Number 2, B. Number 3, B. Number 4, A. Number 5, B. Number 6, A. Number 7, C. Number 8, D. Number 9, B. And number 10, B. How many correct answers did you get? Comment down below. I understand that you have questions in mind. Now let's revisit and clarify the questions and their correct answer.
Number 1. What appointment can be given to Teacher M who possesses the minimum qualification but lacks the appropriate civil service eligibility? The answer is letter C, provisional. Provisionary period, when recruitment takes place after adequate training and professional preparation in any school recognized by the government. No probationary period preceding regular appointment shall be imposed if the teacher possesses the appropriate civil service eligibility, provided, however, that were due to the agencies of the service it is necessary to employ as teacher a person who possesses the minimum educational qualification herein above set forth but lacks the appropriate civil service eligibility, such as person shall be appointed on a provisional status and shall undergo a period of probation for not less than 1 year from and after the date of her provisional appointment. For the question number 2, Teacher C has been teaching 7 straight years and therefore qualifies for a study leave with pay 1 year. Should she pursue it? How much pay is she entitled to receive? The answer is letter B, 60% of monthly salary. Section 24, study leave. In addition to the leave privilege now enjoyed by the teacher in the public school, they shall be entitled to study leave not exceeding 1 school year after 7 years of a service. Such leave shall be granted in accordance with a schedule set by the Department of Education. During the period of such leave, the teacher shall be entitled to at least 60% of their monthly salary, provided, however, that no teacher shall be allowed to accumulate more than 1 year study leave unless he needs an additional semester to finish his thesis for a graduate study in education or aligned courses. Provided further that no compensation shall be due the teacher after the first year of such leave. In all cases, the study leave period shall be counted for seniority and pension purposes. The compensation allowed for 1 year study leave as herein provided shall be subject to the condition that the teacher takes the regular study load and passes at least 75% of these courses. Study leave for more than 1 year may be permitted by the Secretary of Education but without compensation. For the question number 3, how does the Magna Carta promote professional development? The answer is letter B, by offering funding for continuing education and specialized training. The Act encourages professional growth by providing financial support for ongoing education and specialized training, ensuring that the teachers can continually enhance their skills and knowledge. Section 24, study leave. In addition to the leave privilege now enjoyed by the teachers in public schools, they shall be entitled to study leave not exceeding 1 year
after 7 years of service. Such leave shall be granted in accordance with the schedule set by the Department of Education during the period of such leave. The teacher shall be entitled to at least 60% of their monthly salary, provided, however, that no teacher should be allowed to accumulate more than 1 year study leave unless he needs an additional semester to finish his thesis for a graduate study in education or aligned courses. Provided, further, that no compensation shall be due to the teacher after the first year of such leave. In all cases, the study leave period shall be counted for seniority and pension purposes.
Question number 4. Teacher Paul was ordered by his principal to come to school on 4 consecutive Saturdays for the training of students' editorial staff of their school paper. Is this allowed under Republic Act 4670? The correct answer is A. Yes, provided the teacher is compensated. In Section 14, Additional Compensation, notwithstanding any provision of existing law to the contrary, co-curricula and out-of-school activities and any other activities outside of what is defined as normal duty of any teacher shall be paid an additional compensation of at least 25% of his regular remuneration after the teacher has completed at least 6 hours of actual classroom teaching a day. Question number 5. What is the primary purpose of Magna Carta for public school teachers? The correct answer is B. To advocate for better working conditions and ensure teachers' rights. The Magna Carta aims to improve the social and economic status of public school teachers, enhance their working conditions, and protect their rights, thereby attracting qualified individuals to the teaching profession. In Section 1, Declaration of Policy, it is hereby declared to be the policy of this Act to promote and improve the social and economic status of public school teachers, their living and working conditions, their terms of employment and career prospects in order that they may compare favorably with existing opportunities in other walks of life, attract and retain in the teaching profession more people with the proper qualifications, it being recognized that advance in education depends on the qualifications and ability of the teaching staff, and that education is an essential factor in the economic growth of the nation as a productive investment of vital importance. Question number 6. This Republic Act is known as the Magna Carta for public school teachers. Correct answer is letter A. Republic Act 4670 is known as the Magna Carta for public school teachers. It applies to all public school teachers except those in the professorial staff of state colleges and universities.
Next, which of the following is a benefit guaranteed under the Magna Carta? The answer is letter C, comprehensive health services. Because the Magna Carta provides for the free medical examinations and treatment for teachers, recognizing the need for health services as part of their employment benefits in Section 22. Medical examination and treatment, compulsory medical examination shall be provided free of charge for all teachers before they take up teaching, and shall be repeated unless than once a year during the teacher's professional life, where medical examinations show that medical treatment and or hospitalization is necessary. Same shall be provided free by the government entity paying the salary for the teachers. Next, which of the following is a benefit guaranteed under the Magna Carta? The answer is letter D. No. Magna Carta for public school teachers states that in the exigencies of service, any teacher may require to render more than 6 hours and not more than 8 hours in actual classroom teaching a day. Because under RA 4670 in Section 13, the teaching hours, any teacher engaged in actual classroom instruction shall not be required to render more than 6 hours to actual classroom teaching a day, which shall be scheduled as to give him time for the preparation and correction of exercises and other work incidental for these normal teaching duties. Provided, however, that where the exigencies of the service so required, any teacher may be required to render more than 6 hours but not exceeding 8 hours of actual classroom teaching a day upon payment of additional compensation at the same rate as his regular remuneration plus least 25% of his basic pay. Next, Maria is public school teacher who has been teaching for 5 years. Due to an unexpected increase in student enrollment, the school principal asked Maria to extend her teaching hours to 8 hours a day for the next month, promising additional compensation as required by law. What should be Maria's primary consideration when responding to a principal's request? The answer is letter B. Her understanding of her rights under the Magna Carta of ensuring she received proper compensation for the additional hours. Maria should prioritize her rights as outlined in the Magna Carta, ensuring that any additional hours worked beyond the standard 6 are compensated fairly, including the mandated extra pay of at least 25% above her regular remuneration. This approach balances her professional responsibilities with her legal entitlements. Next, what does the Magna Carta for public school teachers say about academic freedom for teachers? The answer is letter B. Teachers can teach their subject without undue interference. Because in Section 12, academic freedom, teachers shall enjoy academic freedom in the discharge of their professional duties, particularly with regard to teaching and classroom methods. The Magna Carta supports teaching rights to academic freedom, allowing them to teach their subjects without unnecessary restrictions, which is essential for fostering a conducive learning environment. That's all. So, what topic would you like to watch for our next video? Comment down below. Again, do not just do the best, but be the best. These are references. That's all. Thank you. Don't forget to see our next video. Subscribe. Last na to?